Certain types of people, till you don't repeat it 10 times, they don't understand that they have to do it. Sometimes people, you don't have to tell them. They just from their own mind understand it. Where do we learn it from Torah, Rabotai? You're going to be shocked. From the same shidduch of Eliezer, experience Eliezer with Rivka. Eliezer comes and says, can I drink? Can you give me a drink? Rivka tells him, Shte v'gam legmalecha ashke. You drink and I'll give to drink to your camels. Who asked you about your camels? Who asked? Did Eliezer ask about the camels? No. Eliezer Rabotai didn't ask about the camels. But she offered it. She understood if the man is thirsty, there is animals, tsar balechayim, you have to give them also. She was by age of 3, 10 camels Rabotai. Do you know how much they drink? I went to Encyclopedia of Animals and I checked it out. Camel from the way, when he comes, he drinks up to 70 gallons of water. 10 camels, 700 gallons of water. It's over 2 cubes of water. 2,000 liters of water she gave them. Camels she gave. And it's unbelievable. Eliezer Vaish Mishta'eh. He sits and he says, it's unbelievable power. How she does this woman. This lady, this girl, how she works it out. And says, that's real shidduch. Because Abraham's house is total chesed. To do kindness with people. With no boundaries, kindness. She is total match. Exactly. That's what we need. We need a girl, she's going to be doing things without even asking her. Now, if you don't have such a midah, acquire such a quality to yourself. Always look what I could do myself without asking me. The husbands, the wife, the same way. What I could do. Your husband came from work, even from the occasion. Let's say he came from occasion. You were with kids, he went to occasion. They gave food, they distributed food there. So what do you assume? Your husband ate. Your husband didn't eat. For sure he ate, right? Still offer him food. Tell him, I'm preparing you food. Don't say, should I prepare your food? No, there's a wrong application here. Say, I'm doing for your food. That means, don't say if you want, I'll do. I'm doing. What? If he doesn't want what they will tell you right away, no, I ate, it's okay. But what did you do? What did you gain? Do you know what did you gain? You showed that you want him to eat, and he likes it. Same way, you go out with your wife. You see, she sees a certain dress or certain jewel or whatever. And you see the price also, and your heart starts to go like from 70 to 120 beats per minute. Tick, 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 tick. It goes like higher and higher. What do you say? I'm buying you. Don't say, do you like it? Should I buy it for you? Don't say that. Say, I'm buying it for you. Any smart woman would see the prices. No, are you crazy? We don't have money to pay for yeshiva. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. So somebody said to me once, but if she says yes, buy. Then what do I do? So you buy. And you should know it's going to be appreciated. You just gain from this. This is investment also. But women should be decent. Okay? You see, the offer should come from you and not offer in question offer. You want or you don't want? What is this? Is Bechira Chofshi over here? No. You say, I'm doing it. I'm ready. I'm doing it for you. Then let him to decide, say no or yes. How many times it happened, Rabotai, that your husbands came hungry home and you didn't offer, he went to the refrigerator, yeah, Rabbi, yeah, he could go himself to the refrigerator and take him, he's not a child. Imagine, for you he's a child. He wants to be loved as a child, maybe. The same thing opposite way. Woman wants to be cherished by her husband. You offer this. Don't wait for her to require this from you. Or say, you obligated this to me, obligated your k'tuba. Don't point at the k'tuba. That's crazy. That's wrong. No shalom from this comes. In short, what I tell you here, everybody has to know his own obligations towards the spouse. And the husband should not wait from the wife, can you make me shopping? He should ask her, what should I buy? I'm going already outside. What should I buy for you? He should ask her. If she needs something, she will decide. What? What should I buy? Don't say, should I buy or I should not buy? Decide. What should I buy? I'm ready already. That's it. I'm ready to buy things. What should I buy? That's very important to what. The same thing, woman. I'm doing food for you. I'm doing food for you. Now, what you would like? Tell me anything what you like. Osh polo, 12 o'clock at night, I'm doing it. Whoever loves, 5 in the morning she's going to do osh polo for the husband, right? Whoever loves, yeah. Now responsibility. Can I depend on this person? That's a question you should ask. Can I depend on this person? If they promise something, would they stand in their promise? Would they stand in what they say? Or behind what they say? That's a very important issue also to look for. Now we go into some psychological issue. The happiness. Today, we have to call it psychological because otherwise people don't understand that. What's happiness is, Rabbi? Number one, who is a happy person? Who is happy with himself. Gemara says, Mishnah Berkei says a very interesting statement. Ezu Ashir, who is called wealthy man, not considered wealthy with money. The answer says that Hasameach bechilko, whoever happy with what he has. How many times, Rabotai, and it's most found between the spouses, when people talk to their friends, they start to compare the wives and they start to compare the husbands. That's total destruction to the family. When a woman hears that other husbands do better to their wives, she starts right away saying, what happens with me? Look at this, how otherwise live. What she creates actually, a vacuum of unhappiness in herself. Now, she's not, in first day, she's not going to blow up to the husband. She will keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, and one day it just, as a volcano, blows up. Unhappiness goes to the face of the husband, entire family, entire grandparents, everybody. Why? You are not happy inside because of somebody said, he did this to me. And what you would wish, your husband would do it the same to you because you want it. But why your husband not doing it? Not because he's bad, no. Because maybe Hashem doesn't want you to have it. Just simple. Do you have trust in Hashem? That's a trust where trust comes. If there's something that you're supposed to get, do you know that there is no minute you're going to leave without this thing? Hashem will bring it to you no matter how. It says in the Gemara, "En HaKadosh Baruch Hu mekapeach schar kol bria." Hashem never stops reward of any creation in this world. From where do we learn? You know from where? From dogs. It says in the Torah, "Ve'el bnei Israel lo yecheratz kelev leshono." When we came out of Egypt, at midnight, Hashem came with angel of death to destroy all the firstborns of Egyptians. And when the angel of death comes to the city, Gemara says, the dogs start to whine and cry. Ooh, they do like this. That's a sign of the angel of death here. At that night, when Bnei Israel was supposed to come out in the morning, no dogs opened their mouth. They kept quiet. Hashem said, you could imagine to see the angel of death and to keep quiet? It's a big power. Animal understood, if Hashem comes here, I have to keep quiet because Hashem does what He has to do. He's the owner of the world. I have to keep quiet. And Hashem said, okay, since you kept quiet, I'll give you a present. It says in the Torah, ואת בשר טרפה בשדה לא תאכלו, לכלב תשליכון אותו. When you have a meat which trefa, which was ripped by an animal, teared apart by an animal, you're not allowed to eat that animal. You have to give it to dog, it says in the Torah. So Gemara says, Lama zachu? Why dogs, they were deserving steaks? Why they deserve steaks? Because they kept quiet. That generation of dogs, an entire generation of dogs, they get steaks for that. So what do you understand from here? If the dogs, they get that reward from Hashem, if you would be worthy of this reward, wouldn't you get it already? Why she has it? And so who is bad? He's bad. And because he's bad, all the unhappiness happens. Do you see? Do you see how it works? And do you see how Yetzirah says, yeah, you're right. You're right. What is this? You keep quiet? Marriage counselor, right away. The destruction of the house happens. How many times, Rabotai, men, they think this friend, wife is better? I don't know, because she puts the makeup more, or because of different issues. And that's what brings also destruction to the house. The halacha says we're not allowed to look at Eshet Ish, stare at Eshet Ish. Even a young lady that you're not going to get married, she's not married, but you're not going to get married to her. You're not allowed to stare at her. Lo tadur achrei lemavchem. So that's where the happiness comes from. You have to like yourself, you have to like what you have, and be happy with this. And if you're not, so you have to start to change yourself, you have to work on yourself. Do you enjoy your life? Most of the couples today would say, no, we're just struggling. Whether it's financially, whether it's morally or intellectually, they struggle. They coexist, as they say. They're not happy with their life. And why? Sometimes from the shtuyot. Because they don't see straight. Because of certain types of thoughts that friend taught her or him, because of certain type of psychology that he believes into. That's what happened with the people. They're not happy with their life. How to be happy with their life? You know how? There's a story about Rabbi Akiva and his wife. Rabbi Akiva was a divorced man by age of 40. He used to work, he was Amaretz, complete Amaretz, Gemara says. He did not know so much Torah. He did mitzvot, but the Torah he didn't learn. He did mitzvot. Tosfot says he complied with the law of Torah. He did mitzvot, tefillin, tzitzit, but learning of Torah he didn't do. And he had very good qualities of character. Anav, very loyal person. The daughter of his boss, Kalba Saboy, was rich man, very rich. Wealthy man. The daughter Rachel was 18 years old. She saw him. She saw how good quality. She says, whatever we said, she saw that in him. She said, that's a good base. That's a good foundation to build a Talmid Chacham. She went to him. She was very beautiful. And she offered the shidduch. You could imagine the shock. Girl goes to a divorced man and says, you know what? If you're going to learn Torah, I'm going to be your wife. That's a quality. Look at this, what she's looking for. Do you know what he says? He said, for sure. I'm getting married to you. She went to her father. She said, Father, I found my shidduch. Her father was so happy. Who is this? He's the son of Rishon LeZion? He's the chief rabbi? She says, no. Okay, so tell me, he's the son of the chief gabbai? No. son of the this, son of Gdolei Israel. Your servant Akiva. What? The moment he heard it, he said, I'm giving a neder. He made a neder that she's not going to get a penny if she gets married to him. Penny. He says, you see your dress on you? If you get married to him, that's how you walk out of this house. And what do you think? Just fine. Just fine. Halacha is after 12 and a half years old, father has no power over his daughter to decide for her marriage. She said, fine, go. She went and got married to him. Where they lived, you know where the horses, they stable of the horses, they made this one-bedroom stable into 2 bedrooms. One bedroom was the horses there, male and female, and another bedroom, Rabbi Akiva with his wife, Rachel. And one day, Rabbi Akiva saw on the face of Rachel a desperate need for the happiness of wealth. She came from the wealthy house. Where she sleeps now, she used to sleep on orthopedic mattresses, special ones. Where would you feel all the Ramah Barim Sazakidim? Everything you would feel there. But now where she sleeps? On a hay, on a straw. And what happened? Rabbi Akiva saw that on her face. He says, when I become rich, B'ezrat Hashem, I'll buy you Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. That's the best tachshit, best jewel for the women at that time. It was a crown in the form of Yerushalayim. I'll buy it for you from pure gold. And she was still desperate because she felt, ashpala. She didn't have anything. It was winter. She was cold. And Rabbi Akiva was ani. He was thrown out from the job. And suddenly somebody knocks on the door. It was Eliyahu Navi. He came in the form of the very poor man. And he said, late at night, Rabbi Akiva opens the door, wind blows everywhere. He says, please, can you give me some hay? He says, why? What do you need hay for? He said, we don't have anything. We sleep on the floor and my wife is giving birth. And I want to put something soft under her. Rabbi Akiva looked at his wife and he said, Baruch Hashem, we have hay at least. What do you learn from him? Learn how to be happy with what you have. And that's why Eliyahu came. Eliyahu Navi came to show that some people, even hay, they don't have it. They sleep on a floor, on a bare floor. Learn how to be happy with what you have. Your husband didn't bring for the birthday flowers like bouquet, $60. He brought you a small rose. Be happy with that. Make it get a body from this, Be happy with this. Okay, that's what he could. Baruch Hashem. At least he remembers. Baruch Hashem. I'm so happy. Yeah, if to some girls you don't bring flowers, they get, what is this? What kind of, they start to call the names already. Another question. Ask yourself, do I want to be more like this person? When you go out, do I want this person to be like me? Do I want to be like him? That's the question you ask. If the answer is no, don't continue shidduch. Because already you're separating from the beginning. If the answer yes, I would like to be like him or like her. It's good qualities. Continue. Another test to test if it's good shidduch or not. Do I want to have a child, a copy of that person? If the answer is yes, that's good shidduch. If the answer no, I don't want my, sometimes the parents they say, you copy of your father. Or wife, or husband say, you copy of your mother. Yeah, they say it in a derogatory way. But really what they mean, I don't want my child to look like this. So if you don't want your child to look like this person, it's better not to start a marriage with such a child, such a person. It's better not to. Because eventually children will look like parents. And then you will start to hate the children, for they become like your wife or like your spouse. That's another test for you. Whoever already got married, so change yourself. Change yourself for better. Okay, now another issue. You're already tired probably hearing those things, huh? No? Are you ready? We're only on number 2. Number 3. Why people think that they choose a wrong person into a marriage? Because they think that a man doesn't understand a woman's needs. That's a woman's side. Who say, Rabbi, he doesn't understand the woman. He doesn't understand what woman needs. What she actually screams for, she says that he should educate himself to understand what a woman needs. Really, do boys today know what woman needs? Tell me truth. No, they don't. Why I'm telling you? Because I was the same young. I also didn't know. No. Men, they don't know. The mentality of the woman, they don't know. They have to study this mentality before getting married. At least when they're already within the marriage, it's still not late. Learn this mentality. So now, let's go what woman needs. This is completely for you men now. Don't get offended. We'll get to the woman part also. Okay? How this mentality is built. Even though with the same soul, but since we put in the 2 different bodies, we're totally different. Zachar and Nekeva. Women, they experience oriented. They want to do everything understanding. They want to feel everything they do. They're more into feelings. Actually, somebody said, a woman, it's an ocean of feelings with a little brain floating in it. Now, it doesn't say that you have a little brain. You have very good bina, Baruch Hashem. Women, they have greater understanding in life than a man. But that's actually the feelings of the woman overtaking her understanding and everything else. The feelings. Meaning, the way to the woman is the feelings. That's number 1. The men, they are goal-oriented. It doesn't matter what's around. As long as I get a goal, that's good. Doesn't matter how many people you kill around, how many people, what do you do around, it doesn't matter. As long as I get a goal. That's what a man is about. You understand? That's why for men to clean the house takes like 5-10 minutes. For women, wow, it's general cleaning. Typhoon goes around the house. She has to clean every corner. Why? Because she has to feel it's clean. A man it looks clean, no? That's it. What takes so much time? And sometimes they don't understand each other. Because it's totally different people. For a man to make a shower, 5-10 minutes. For her to take a shower, how much water? Water bills go up. What happens to you? She wants to understand the shower. She wants to feel the shower. You don't understand it. That's a nature. Can you change the nature? Tell me. Have you ever seen the people change nature? Yeah, only great Nevi'im, they change nature. By will of God. But we're not Nevi'im. We're not prophets. We cannot change it. You have seen the person going outside, raining day, say, I'm not going to be wet. And he walks like this. He's not going to be wet? Can you change that? No, you're going to be wet. If you go without umbrella, you're going to be wet. Nature you can't change. With nature you have to live. You have to live with the nature together. You have to modify yourself to the nature, not the nature to yourself. So if it's raining, you take umbrella. You understand that? It's very important. For you to prepare for the wedding, it takes like 5 minutes. Tick, 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 tick. You put the time downstairs. And you go like, when she's coming down. When she's coming down. She's going to look like this to the mirror, like this. You know yourself, right? Yeah, don't take toll on your husband's patience, you know. But still, that's the nature of the woman. You have to be prepared. If you want to go out to the wedding at 6:30, tell to your wife, be ready by 6. Be'ezrat Hashem, by 6:45, she's going to be ready. So you know that, Rabotai, that's how it is. Say, we coming out of the house 6 o'clock. If she's ready 6, Baruch Hashem, half an hour on Shmol Shmol, you're going to talk to her, it's going to be good quality time. If she's not ready, at least you're going to save yourself nerves. You're not going to be nervous because you're going out 6:30. You understand? That's like psychology. Regular math. I don't have to teach Bukharian math. You know math very good. No? It's in genes. Now, where do we learn in Torah that the women are more experienced in feelings and the man is a goal? Just get a goal and that's it. Faster. Abraham and Sarah. Abraham Avinu comes home. He has a guest outside waiting for him. What he says to Sarah? Mahari shalosh sim kemach solet lushi v'asi ugod. Fast, he says to Sarah. Make 27 kilos of bread. 27 kilos, not 2.7 kilos. 27 kilos. Shalosh se'im. Each se'ah is 9.5 kilos approximately. Va'asi ugod, and makes nice ugod. Also ugod matzot kilo chametz. Torah says ugod, that time was a Pesach, she was supposed to do matzah. So much dough not to become chametz, what Sarah has to be? Mixer. She has to move the dough not to become chametz. Va'asi ugod. Right away do. Mahari, not to become chametz. Make it faster. That's Abraham Avinu. Ve'la bakar ratz Abraham. Everything fast. Man, everything's fast. Woman, she takes her time. Meanwhile, Sarai Imenu was taking care of the dough. What happened with her? She became Nida. In the end, Avraham Avinu ended up not bringing out the bread because it became tamei. It became not pure. He used to eat everything in purity, Avraham Avinu. So what do you understand from here? Torah just in little words tell us what's the nature of the man. Woman, remember this nature, and you should know, men wants everything fast. So I understand you have feelings, you have to feel that you do things, but you understand that to do it faster, it's better. It's better for you, it's better for him. He will admire it in you. Don't be slow. I'm not saying you are slow. Don't be slow. That helps you. It helps you for him to admire you. Man, you should not push too much to your wife to be like enter. Accept it, No. Let her take her time. Patience. That's why we give in two opposite sides to be balanced together. That's how you person. Men and women have unique emotional needs. If a man would know what's emotional need of the woman and a woman would know what's emotional need of the man, the Shalom Bayit is going to be the top of the line in the house. The Jewish tradition places the need of the man to understand the emotional needs of the woman and satisfy them more than themselves. So man's role in this is much more important to understand what's the need of the woman. Woman needs to be loved, and you have to express and show this love as much as possible. As much as possible. That's a good advice, not good advice. You have to do it. Because, let me tell you another way, so maybe you will understand. In a Gemara it says a statement. Don't understand the statement wrong way, okay? Gemara says, Isha karka olam. A woman compared to the land. As a land, if you put the seed will grow out. That's how man puts a seed in a woman, and the woman expands the seed, it becomes the baby. Right? So therefore, Gemara says, a woman compared to the land. In order to seed to grow faster, better, what do you need to do with the karka? What do you need to do with the land? You have to put a fertilizers. It's simple, right? Everybody knows this. What are real fertilizers for the woman? For the woman's mentality, for the woman's emotions. Do you know what? Always tell her how you love her, how she's looking good, how she does good food, Those things, appreciational things, it's a real fertilizer into her emotions. And do you know what happens then? She works better. She feels better because she's happy. If you see the house where the woman is slow and she's sick, depressed, you should know it's a big toll on the husband's part that he makes her so. How? If you don't take care of karka, quote unquote, if you don't take care of the land, you don't fertilize it proper way, the crops that you're going to get going to be totally disaster. If you're taking care of the land, if you fertilize it proper way, the crop's going to be the best. The fruit's going to be the best. Do you understand that? It's very important. And B'ezrat Hashem, in 1 week, I would like to get the calls from women. Thank you very much that you said this to my husband. As well from the men also. We'll see what you want. Where in the Torah we see that a woman is most emotional, and if a man doesn't understand it, it's a wrong. Again, from our fathers. There's a story, you're not tired of the stories? Rachel and Yaakov. We know, it's mamash our parashiyot. Yaakov Avinu was supposed to get married to Rachel. In the end, they tricked him. Trickster Lavan, tricked him, got married to Leah. Then he said, work another 7 years. He gave him Leah after Sheva Brachot, Rachel, and he worked another 7 years. Yaakov Avinu. But Leah was giving birth every year. Rachel Akara. Rachel has no children. Rachel came crying to Yaakov, Hava li banim, give me children. V'im ayin meta anochi. If you're not giving me, I'm considered as a dead. That's how desperate woman gets when she's married and she doesn't have children. That's how desperate she gets. So what Yaakov says? Vayichar av Yaakov berachel. Vayomer atach et elukim anochi asher mana mimech pri baten. And Yaakov got so angry. Vayichar av, Torah testifies upon it. Vayichar av Yaakov berachel. He got angry to Rachel and said, am I instead of God who stopped you from having children? What that moment Hashem says, Medrash gives us a note. Hashem said, Yaakov, kacha onim et ha-me'ukot. That's how you answer to women who has a pain? That's how you reply to her? You should know, Chayecha, Hashem says, I swear to you, with your life, that all of your children will come and bow down to her child. Who was her child? Yosef. Who were all the children that came and bowed down? All of the children of Yaakov came and bowed down to her, to him. Why? Because Yaakov also made a mistake. We are nothing to talk about Yaakov, Rabotai, who we are, what we are to talk about Yaakov. But if Torah tells us, we have to learn out the lesson. If a man, listen carefully, open your ears. If a woman comes to you with a concern, don't push away her. Don't say it's not my business. Don't say I'm not God to decide for that. What she's looking not for solution. She is looking for comfort. She's looking for somebody to say, you're good, don't worry, everything's going to be good. Yeah, for sure you're not solution. You're not God. You're not God, for sure you're not God. You're not going to make a solution. She's not looking for solution. She's looking for her husband. She is looking for someone to say, you're right, I'm with you, don't worry, Hashem will help us. How many times it happens, Rabotai, when a woman comes to us and we turn away? And Hashem says, you don't learn Torah good, you don't understand what has happened. Don't do it. Now, woman, you ready to your side now? Is Yaakov tzaddik or no? Do you admit that Yaakov was the greatest tzaddik? To such an extent, Gemara says, Bachir Shebe'avot. He was the most chosen from all the fathers. Not Abraham, not Yitzchak, Yaakov Avinu. He is the one who created the nation. Bnei Israel called unto him. We're not called Bnei Abraham, Bnei Yitzchak. We're called Bnei Israel by his name. He was greatest tzaddik. Isn't it true? You admit it? Okay. Tell me, what Torah tells us? V'yichar af Yaakov Rachel. Does the Torah tell us here even some great tzaddikim sometimes get angry? Do they? Yes. Does Torah say something that Leah spoke afterwards? Rachel spoke afterwards? No. Rachel kept quiet, it says. She said, okay, what do you want? How to bear the anger of the husband. That's what Torah teaches us. If you got your husband mad, don't continue to put the oil into fire. Some women, they just enjoy doing it. Oh, what they do with their husbands. Shish kebab. They are medium roasted, fully roasted, and burned also. Why do you put the fire? Why do you put this? You already made him angry. So that's it, quiet. That's it, forget about this, forget. Now, I'll tell you about, that's not the story I wanted to tell you, but now the story about the woman, how to take care of it with a man. We know the story when Yaakov Avinu wakes up in the morning, whom he saw in the morning? Instead of Rachel, he sees the Leah. Medrash says, Amar Rabbi Eliezer, Yaakov said to her, Ramayit bat Ramay, you are the trickster, a daughter of trickster. You know how he calls her? What do you understand from it? The men, they're very sharp and to the point. When they see injustice, don't think he's going to forget about this. He's going to say in the face, you trickster, the daughter of trickster. I call you Rachel, and you say, yes, I'm Rachel. I asked you questions, you answer the questions. And Medrash tells us, Torah doesn't tell anything to us, but you have to read between the lines. That between the lines is a Medrash. Medrash says, what Leah replied to him? I learned from you. I'm your student. When your father said, are you my son Esav? What did you answer to your father? Yes, I'm your son Esav. So you said, are you Rachel? I said, yes, I'm your student. I'm Rachel. Rabotai, was it a good idea or no? Tell me, you women, was it a good idea to answer such a thing to Yaakov? Huh? Yes, was a good idea. And you know what happened because of this later? Do you know what happened because of this? Fight. So it means a good idea. You like fights? Some people, they just enjoy it. Some people, they cannot live without this. But can I ask you a question? It was a good idea to talk like this to Yaakov? No. Right away, what it says Torah afterwards, next pasuk. Vayar Hashem kisnua Leah. And Hashem saw that Leah was not loved by Yaakov. Yaakov didn't dislike her. Snua Leah. The way of talking of women sometimes will make husband to turn away from his wife. The way of talking. What she did, she said to me arrogantly, not nice, I'm your student, with a certain like pinch. She gave a pinch, nice pinch, I'm your student. So you tell me what instead Leah was supposed to do. Let's see different scenario. There is one of the weapons, deadly weapons woman has, that no man could withstand. Do you know this weapon? Wow, you probably won my previous lecture. Right? She's remembered. She remembers. If Leah would just drop 2-3 tears, quietly, no words, start to cry. No man could withstand it, no man. If he would stand it, he's not man. I'm telling you. When a man sees a wife crying not out of anger, it's a cry out of mercy, asking for mercy, not out of anger. Again, there are two types of cry. Out of mercy. What Yaakov would say to her? Don't cry. Why are you crying? I know your father is trickster, not you. I know it's your father. I know you didn't want to do this. Don't cry, okay? And he would love her. There is no hate between each other. But since he said, I'll show him now. I'll answer him. I'll prove it. That's a mistake. Vayar Hashem kisnua Leah. And Hashem saw that the Leah was hated by Yaakov. So Gemara says, Nedrash says, if she was hated by him, why he didn't divorce her right away? She got pregnant from first night. So Yaakov said, how can I divorce now? She has a baby. Do you understand? That's Yaakov. So therefore, when you are super emotional, and you are super smart, because you're too intellectual, they are very emotional, you have to balance it. You have to balance it. And one thing you have to remember, whoever is silent is a winner. Not whoever says the last word is a winner. He's a loser. Whoever is silent, he's the winner. Some people, they destroy their marriage in the beginning because in the beginning they didn't have certain compatibility together. They didn't share common interests in life. They didn't share common life goals. An example, let's say the couple, he's religious, she's not so. Mistake number one, he thinks she will become religious. It's not so much happens. That's mistake number one. Mistake number two, you see she has no spiritual values. Or he, opposite way. You see he has no spiritual values. So your goals are not the same. You're going two different directions. Yeah, Rabbi, but he's rich. But she's beautiful. That's a total destruction. Then, if they do love each other because of beauty and wealth, as long as the wealth has existed and beauty existed, so they somehow live. Or he's going down from religion, or she's going up. Maybe yes, maybe not. But definitely no happy marriage in this. When you go out, try to find out what's the life goals. Once, one young man came to me and said, what should I ask when I go out already on third time? Because third time already they know about each other, what year you were born. He's not going to ask this question anymore. He knows the family already somehow. You know, what he's going to ask? What kind of movies you like to see? No. What should I ask? I said, ask the girl what kind of house she would like to build. And yeah, if a girl learns in seminar, right away she answers what? It's already in a chip there. House of the Torah. Right away she says that. The question is, do you understand what house of Torah is? Many people think house of Torah is you keep kosher bet yourself, you cover your head, and you go to mikveh. Many people think it's a house of Torah. You're deeply wrong. You could call quote-unquote religious house maybe, if you learn the laws inside. But house Torah is not house of Torah. House Torah is when both of you do the goal while you got married. The wife tries to make her husband Talmid Chacham completely, from Aleph to Tav. And she will do everything, she will sacrifice everything in the world. He should know Torah well. Why? Because the Olam Haba of both of you only because of Torah. You know, for mitzvot you get Gan Eden. But Olam Haba only because of Torah. Only because of Torah. If you don't learn Torah, no Olam Haba. You should know this. Just prepare yourself. Gan Eden, you will get. Olam Haba, you won't. If you don't know Torah, women, they have to study all the mitzvot they're obligated to do, especially Ilchot Taharat Mishpacha, Shabbat. It's not enough for you to learn Kala classes. It's not enough. You have to know deep each halacha in depth, because there are many cases. Shabbat, Ilchot Shabbat, how to be in a kitchen. Maybe you do Chilul Shabbat and you don't know that you do Chilul Shabbat. You mechalel Shabbat maybe. How do you know? You're not. Did you learn halachot Shabbat in depth, each halacha separately? If not, you should know definitely you mechalel Shabbat b'shogeg. Unintentionally, but you mechalel Shabbat. You desecrate Shabbat. Ilchot of mikveh. How to dip into mikveh. How to do things. Sometimes I give shiurim, we record it. Woman here's the shiur. She calls me up and asks a question. All my life I used to do this. One of the shiurim that I gave, you probably heard. There's a trend that the woman go to mikveh with nails. And the trend that the woman goes to mikveh with the lak. Laka, or the gel, or whatever they call it. Halachically, you're not allowed to do this. Some rabbis permit. Yes. The question was asked by Rabbi Yosef. What should do Balanit? Balanit, it's a woman who in charge of the mikveh, who supervises the woman how they dip in the mikveh. Should she say to not religious woman something if she comes with a lac or no? Nail polish. If she would say something, she would never come again to the mikveh. That was what the question was. She should say to her to take it off or not. So Rabbi says, if you know that she's going to listen to you, say it. If you know that she's not going to listen to you, just keep quiet. That was the answer. Everybody wants to learn from the answer. Here, Rabbi permits. Rabbi says, mutar. I went through the old Shua from Ovadia, and he never said it's mutar. He said for her, just don't talk. At least she somehow does it. This lady. And I wrote a letter in 3 languages. 2 languages we posted already on our website, mobile website, ravdaniel.us or sharamed.com. You go to that website and you could download it in PDF for you and just read what Zohar says and what Halacha says about this issue. I just wrote it in short so you could just get inside of it. Woman dipping with the nails in mikveh. So that's why they don't know halachot. They just hear from people. She heard from one woman who heard from another woman that the rabbi's wife did it. And then you call the rabbi's wife and say, who said it's mutar? She says, I never said that. Did you do it? No, I never do it. And that's how people live. That's how they learn Torah. Who is your real soulmate? Some say it's really your goal mate. If your goal is together to serve Hashem, it's good. You just have to be trained how to serve Hashem together. Because sometimes husbands, they learn Torah, and women, they don't learn Torah so much, and then suddenly they find themselves on different levels. Like this. And therefore, the problems come out. I don't need that. Therefore, problems come out. So therefore, husbands, please, you learn something in Bet Midrash, you have obligation of learning Torah, come tell to your wife about this. If she didn't understand, so ask again, Rabbi, you learned this and we didn't understand that. Can you explain it to us? That's how you elevate your spirituality. To eat kosher, to dip in the mikveh, to cover your hair, and to keep Shabbat, it's not complete. Judaism, Rabotai, it's not complete. Yes, it's a minimum, but it's not complete. You have 99.9% more. So go study, know about this. So when both of you elevate yourself spiritually, then your life becomes better. Then the Shekhinah dwells in your house. Presence of God. Once presence of God is there, Sitra Achara, the bad, evil inclination leaves the house. Leaves the house. You will see the health, wealth, prosperity, progress in anything you do. You will enjoy your life. Some young people, this issue needs to be noted also, they make a mistake and they have premarital intimate relationships. And as I heard from a lot of people, that happens to young constantly today, even quote unquote with some religious people. What are causes of this? Cause number one, says Rambam, is yichud. They stay alone in one place too much. They're not allowed to stay alone. Whenever you go out, you have to go out in public places. At night, you don't stay in a car and talk. You have to be in public, because when people in public, they have certain fear of public, they don't have fear of God. At least they're probably going to stop them from sinning. How many young men and women, men and girls, boys and girls, they completely sin before they get married because of Yetzer Hara got into them? They said to me, Yetzer Hara. It's not. You see, they don't even admit it's their fault. They say it's Yetzer Hara. It's not we. The same thing by Adam Arishon. When Hashem said, "What did you do?" He says, "Not me." Why? Why? What did you do? Not me. Nachash. Not me. It's Yetzer Hara. And do you know that some women called me even sometimes and asked me, "Rabbi, we heard that we need to do tikkun for this. You have to fix your neshama for this, that you destroyed it by this relationship. So what do you do?" And they think we have to try it out. How she is performing in intimate relationship, how he is performing in it. That's wrong. You think this is a way to build a house? That's wrong. And by the way, the research says that the intimate relationship is in the last point of problems of marriage, of divorces. Meaning it's a not main point why divorces happen. Mainly